Wolfpack Nation? This is Tuffy Talk coming to you right now with a good interview here. We got Jarius Morehead again for episode 2. But before we get into that, please hit that like and subscribe button, as that really helps us get our name out there and to reach other NC State fans. Really appreciate that. Follow us on Twitter and Spotify and a whole host of other sources. But
So that 2016 season, that really started to propel us, right? So that was really Coach Doran's. I mean, we had the 8-win season the year before you got there, but that was I think 16 was a 9-win season. Was that right?
16.
Or was it
16?
Or was it 17?
I think, no, it said 17 was
remember.
a 9-win. It was 17 and 18.
17 was the first 9. Okay, that's right. So I have to share this story with you because we kind of have a personal connection that you don't even know about. So. I'm a big State fan. Obviously, we go to every home game living in Northern Virginia, and we try to make 1 or 2 road games a year. And we plan these out years in advance, our road games. And so 2017, our road game was supposed to be Marshall that we were going to. It's only a 3-hour drive from where I live. But my daughter had other plans. She was like, "Dad, I'm getting married on that day." And I'm like, you know not to get married during football season. So she does anyway. And, we're sitting at her reception, and I'm sneaking the iPad out, and I'm watching State play Marshall. And Jarius Morehead at that moment grabs an interception for I think it was 50-some yards or something like that. And I'm going, yes, and everyone's looking at me and I'm like, I'm ready to do a toast. So that's all I'm cheering for is my daughter getting married today. So I got looks, and my now wife said, put it away. So I did. But that was an awesome moment for me on my daughter's birthday. That's cool. I mean, wedding, excuse me. I won't ever forget that, along with the dad-to-daughter dance and all that stuff. But I had to share that story with you because I thought it was.
I looked it up.
Kind of
2017 was a 9-win season. 2016 was a 7-win. So
yeah. So and that defense. How was it playing in behind all of those NFL pros now? I mean, how much easier did that make your job?
It made it very easy. I think we had 2 games that a running back got over 75 yards. Honestly, it was Notre Dame and I think Clemson, and I think that's the only time it's you really didn't have to worry about anything with them guys. You know, they was going to do their jobs. The front 7 was absolute best. So it was 5 guys up front that went to the league. So I mean, it's can't say anything about it.
I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was the first time a whole defensive line had been selected within the first 3 or 4 rounds. If I'm
that would be Contavious, Bradley Chubb, Justin Jones, and DJ Hill. Yep. And then you had Jared Fernandez and Arius Moore, your linebackers.
Yep.
That
was cool.
Yeah, that was a squad. That was, I mean, we as State fans, obviously, it was that should have been the year that we took our next step. And I know there was a couple of games that got away from us. And I know that first game where we crushed South Carolina, we outgained them. I think it was 2-1. And I think we just made 1 or 2 mistakes that just chalk it up to early season or whatever the case was. And
that was the kickoff return, right? The
kickoff return.
Oh my gosh! I was at that game.
Samuels.
I was so mad. I was so mad.
Yep.
But that was Devo. Hey, that was Devo Samuel though. Yep, so I mean,
right.
He's doing pretty good now. He's doing to everybody else too. So
yeah. He just showcased it against us first. So, but I mean, still, it was such a fun season. Even though we didn't probably, make it to the ACC championship, and we probably should have, just whatever, just we got snake bit a couple of times, and that happens. That's part of life, and that's football. And, but that was really, I think, the season where State fans are like, okay, we've got something going here. It's taken us a few years to build this, but, you were definitely part of that trajectory moving forward.
Most definitely, yeah. I definitely had a great career, and I definitely had a great time at NC State. And the boys looking real good now. We were looking good now, before, but they are really looking real good now.
You think this is going to be a 10-win season this upcoming season?
Most definitely. I haven't really looked at the schedule yet, but most definitely they have a great quarterback, a great running back. They got a good receiving core. Got a good O-line. It's that defense is getting better every year. So it's they have to have a 10 game.
Yeah. Did you get to watch much, or do you get to watch much? I've realized you've been doing NASCAR right at the end of last season, and it hasn't happened yet. But you've only been away for like what 2-3 years now.
2
And you've been able
years,
to
yep.
keep up with him much.
Yeah, most definitely. And then I still had two guys that like will definitely be like one of my groomsmen. Two of them are in the draft, not the draft this year, and doing combine this year. So every game, I went to Hooters or Buffalo Wild Wings, and I sat down, got some wings, got some fries, and sat down and watched them.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yes, I'm curious though, because you've mentioned, Greg's talked about, we've talked with other guys from the team that we've interviewed too, but State has progressively just kept getting better and better and better, except for the 1 year that we had all the injuries and all that, and it looks like it was clearly an outlier at this point. Can you talk about what it's like being around Coach Doran, what he means to the players on the State's team, who he is and his strategies and his leadership are translating to wins on the field? Can you talk a little bit about that from your own perspective as a safety?
Yes, sir. I can definitely say Coach Doran is a man of his word. He takes the best guys and play the best guys. He from day one that you meet him, he's going to push you to be a better player, better man, a better student. From what can I say? I really can say that he picks the right coaching staff. The coaching staff that he got, past few years, there's a couple guys that's coaching in the NFL. And so that's telling you that he's picking great guys and great coaches that needs to be around the kids. And there he's progressing them. And Coach Thunder's coming in there. You can bring in this guy that's 150 pounds. Now he's 205. Now he's an elite player. And that's really all I can say. Coach Doran he leads. He takes the small details, and he makes sure everybody has the same chance from non-scholarship player to a scholarship player. You get treated the same. It doesn't matter if you're a 5-star, 1-star, no stars. You get treated the same. You get the same chance that the starter got. And like I say, he's always been the same since day one.
Cool.
I think it also, with what you're saying, I think that bodes to all of these guys wanting to come back, for super senior years, or we don't have a lot of guys transfer. We definitely have more transferring in than we have transferring out, I would say. And then so I think that just speaks largely to what you're getting at there. He picks guys that he knows will stay with the program. He takes guys, and the one thing we've mentioned before in episodes, he does such a great job of evaluating talent, where you might come in like a Jacoby Myers that came in your class. He came in as a quarterback, and he turned into an elite wide receiver and is now doing great things in the league. And he's done that with Garrett Bradbury came in as a tight end and converted him to a center. So and for you, when you were when I was looking at your stuff, you were a wide receiver and a safety coming out of high school. Were you mainly recruited as a safety, or was wide receiver in the cards at all?
So I was literally like an athlete. I was punting the balls, kicking off. I was playing quarterback. My senior year, I played quarterback.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I actually could punt. It's actually
awesome.
fun. I literally play everything but the line. But getting recruited, I was getting recruited more as a DB than a receiver. I had probably 5 or 6 offers at receiver, and I'd rather give the hitting than take the hitting. So I chose defense. Coach Doran asked me, he's like, would you rather play receiver or on the defense side? I said, definitely defense. So.
Gotcha.
Cool. Before we continue, I want to take a quick second to tell you about our sponsor, Flatlands Jessup Insurance Group, that has your whole world covered, with agents in 5 offices throughout eastern North Carolina to help you decide how much coverage you need. Offering policies for home and auto, recreational vehicles, commercial, crop, health, life, and employee benefits. They are able to combine options to find a comprehensive solution that works for you. Flatlands Jessup protects the things you love so you can spend less time worrying and more time enjoying them. Find them on Facebook and Instagram at Flatlands Jessup. You can also visit their webpage at www.flatlandsjessup.com. So please make sure to go and check them out.
Yeah. Cool. So when you look back on your time, Jarius, do you have a favorite moment? It sounds like the Notre Dame game is way up there. Was the pick 6 up there, or is it just being around, making lifelong friends, or, what was your, you look back on it, what's your, you got any favorite moments?
I honestly think it was just the friends that I made, the lifetime friends that I made, even the older guys, like I said at Hendrix, it's like a family. I still keep up with all the guys from the NFL or guys that's like coaching now, or it's still something. It's like the family still goes on, even though all of us is not playing football. So I think that's the best thing that came from college.
That's cool, man. What'd you major in? I forgot.
Sports
You graduated with.
sports management, and I had a minor in coaching education.
That's cool. So then, if that's the case, do you ever see yourself getting into coaching again, or do you just love the NASCAR stuff right now?
Mallard Creek is literally I think probably 5 minutes from my house, and the coach there is the head coach there is the coach that took me on his wing. That was the one I said that was the big UNC guy and all that. So he wanted me to come over there and coach. But our schedule's so busy, I ain't going to be able to do anything until after NASCAR is over with. So I'm definitely going to go coach for them 2 or 3 months that they have left, and stick around the coaching and give my love back.
That's cool.
How with the guys that you played with, do you stay? I mean, obviously you've got probably a close knit group, but like, do you keep up with a lot of the guys that are in the league now? I know you mentioned Pratt earlier. Is he someone that you stay in close touch with, or do you guys have like a group text that you guys talk smack about each other's teams, and what do you guys do with
Instagram
that?
or text, or if they need anything or I need anything, any advice, or like how do you do this blah blah blah, like how you feeling about this week, just check in like weekly and all that, make sure everything's good. You never know what anybody's going through, or just checking in. And
Sure.
then Jacoby's probably the closest one. We're in a group message and all that, and we talk probably like every other day or every day, be on the phone, or we just talk about life, or how's football's going, and talk about how the Patriots treating them up there. It's like simple things like that, and then just talk.
You ever get him? You trying to get him
He's
out to a
coming
NASCAR
to
race?
this one this week, the Atlanta one. Yeah, I'll see him
Nice.
this week.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, you got to grow
definitely.
that sport, right? That pays your bills.
I hear you,
It pays your bills, so you got to get all your boys out there.
I think the rest of them will come to the Charlotte one. I think they all gonna come to the Charlotte one if they don't start that season by then. So
cool. Well, let me ask you, Jarius, like kind of last question. Do you see yourself coming to any of the games this season? Can we look forward to seeing you in Carr Finley?
most definitely. I don't know which game, but I will be there. I definitely be at the combine this year. I definitely gonna be there.
Okay.
Gonna go support the guys, and probably senior day or I know we leave sometimes on Fridays and Saturdays, so it just depends on what's going on.
I think senior day is it's like Wake Forest this year.
So you can come to like the Virginia Tech game.
Yeah,
That's a Thursday night
if it's a
game.
Thursday night game, I'll
like,
definitely come then. Yep.
Well, then it'd be Virginia
Yeah.
Tech then. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. So we'll definitely. I'll have to drop you a DM on Instagram. We'll have to have you out to a tailgate. We throw a pretty good tailgate.
I have never been to a tailgate, and I would love to go to a tailgate.
Oh man, well then you need to. They do it right.
You have to come to mine.
They do it right.
You
I
have
got
to
you.
come to
See,
mine.
now it's funny because
so
Greg says
will-
that, and the thing is, Leighton, the guy who messaged you, he also does a tailgate. So Greg and Leighton are going to have like a little bit of rivalry, making sure you get to both of them.
Oh yeah, for sure. For the Clemson game last year, we had over
Really?
50 people at our tailgate. Yeah. We throw a big party, and it's
Do y'all
pretty
make it to the
legendary.
game?
So,
Make it to the
Jarius-
yeah, we make it to the game, my
Yeah.
friend.
Now, Jarius, let me tell you this: Greg's
granted,
the guy.
it may lead to
Greg's, if you
broken
don't know
legs
Jarius,
afterwards.
Greg's the guy who at the UNC game that broke his leg. Did you know that?
Yeah, he told me that, but I didn't know it till today.
Okay, I'm making sure. Yeah. So we got some real
Yeah.
fans, but I was in hunting waiters
Yeah.
at the Notre Dame game. Greg's broken his
Yeah.
leg jumping over the
Yeah.
the railing and the walls at Carter Finley. You played,
Yeah.
obviously, so I think it's safe to
Yeah.
say we got some
We
guys who pretty loves
definitely-
NC State here.
We definitely have each sacrificed for our team, just in different ways.
Most definitely got to.
Yeah. Well, cool,
So,
Jarius. Well,
but,
hey, man, we really appreciate your time. Looking forward to hopefully getting to see you back at West Virginia Tech game or Wake Forest or Florida State or whoever it is. We just really appreciate the time getting to interview you. And again, I know you mentioned the first episode, but can you kind of reiterate everybody where they can find you on Instagram or Twitter?
Yeah, yes, sir. You can find me on Instagram at itsme_Morehead, ITS underscore thing. It's me, yeah. ITSME_MOREHEAD. And then on Twitter it's the real _JM17 THEJM. I keep forgetting. I don't even use Twitter that much.
Most that's a lot of spelling.
Yeah, I don't use Twitter like that. THE. Yeah, but just put
We'll
me on
definitely-
We'll put it up on
Yeah.
YouTube and potentially.
we'll put it on the YouTube in the
Yeah.
description for you. We'll
There's some
we'll make sure
letters
everyone
there,
can
but he's there.
find
The
it.
real JM17. So
He doesn't Twitter
Yeah, I don't
himself,
get
right?
on
He doesn't
Twitter
tweet
that
at himself, so
yeah, I hear you,
yeah.
man.
So we'll make sure we get your Instagram out there. I follow you on Instagram, and I definitely enjoy seeing all your
Most
posts out
definitely.
there. So
Cool. All right. Well, Jarius, thanks, man. And again, for all the state fans out there, really appreciate you guys tuning into this episode and getting to hear how Jarius is doing and where he's at with NASCAR on the previous episode and this one, talking about NC State. But hope you're all doing great. And as always, go Pack.
Go Pat.